I hope you all are ready for another fun bedtime story. My name is Alyssa, and I study complex systems and multimodal linguistics. And that's a really complicated way to say I think a lot about puzzles, and I also look at people and listen to them, especially when they're telling stories, and especially when they're telling stories in a language that they don't use at home. So lots of fun stuff.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Not many people I know have that title. That's pretty cool. I'm
Yeah, but
intrigued to learn more.
tell us about camp.
Okay, well, I love learning about animals. So I studied to be an animal nurse. So for kids, like how a human nurse will work together with a human doctor, an animal nurse will work with an animal doctor. And do you guys know what that is called? Veterinarian, vet for short. Um, so yeah, we'll work together to help an animal that's not feeling well so that they can heal and get better. Usually companion animals, meaning dogs or cats, animals that you keep as pets. And so I also really like being around kids and teaching them about how to care for animals. So I do a camp every year called Camp Real, where we do activities where we do like take care of animals by feeding them and cleaning their areas. We do a lot of environmental activities, reduce, reuse, recycle, because that's what I just really love. And so Camp Real stands for respect for the environment, animals, and life. It's very important that we all take care of what's around us because we all are on the same earth together, from animals to plants. Humans are animals too, just really advanced kinds. And yes, that's what camp really promotes. That's what we focus on, showing respect and appreciation for what's around us. Hello, twin appetite. I can't pronounce it. Oh, hi. Yes, thank you. We are wearing masks, but we're at home right now.
We're safe and separated, and we want to remind everyone to stay safe, stay home, wear masks. Tonight
Yes.
we're separated, but we're together and we're going to read.
Yes. So, kids, I know that for the past few months that we've been inside, just remember that we're all being heroes in our own way by staying inside. Um, and so tonight we're going to continue to help stay inside, make it enjoyable, and read a story. And the story is going to be called Chee Chee's Big Plan. And Chee Chee's about a monkey. So I brought some monkeys to show you.
Giselle has monkeys. Yes. This book was written by Carol Otley Mitchell and published by Caribbean Reads. Oh, yeah, situate the monkeys.
Right, sorry. Go ahead. I was just trying some.
To situate them, absolutely. Let's get started.
Okay.
Chee Chee's Big Plan. Chee Chee is a vervet monkey who lives on the beautiful island of St. Kitts. He lives with his 7 sisters and brothers. The youngest one is growing up, but still hangs on under his mummy's tummy sometimes. One day, quite by accident, Chee Chee and his younger brother, John, discovered a wonderful abandoned garden full of fruit trees of every kind. They had only been to the garden one time, and Chee Chee was determined to return. He imagined he and his brothers swaying through the fruit trees, eating whatever they liked. No one lived in the house with the garden, so the monkeys would be able to eat and play without being disturbed. If only they could get inside.
The monkeys could not just scamper over the wall into the garden and eat until their tummies were full. No, the house was surrounded by danger. There was something or someone on every side of the house to keep the monkeys away. 3 Rottweilers lived in the house on the left. They were very fierce dogs who spent most of their times curled up in the shade of the front step of their house. If the monkeys got near the garden, the dogs would jump to their feet and bark with a deep bark that made even a brave monkey like Chee Chee run for cover. The house on the right was even worse. Not only did a fierce dog live there, but there was an elderly man who was always at home protecting.
He didn't like it when Chee Chee and his brothers ate the fruit from his trees. He couldn't move very quickly, but he would stand near his dog and shake his long, thick walking stick to scare the monkeys away. Shura, the dog in the house behind the monkey's paradise, was quite calm. She liked people, but she did not like monkeys and would snarl and snap if they came near. Chee Chee had made it past Shura once before, and that was when he had discovered the abandoned garden. He had not been able to get past her since. The monkeys would have loved to enter their garden through the front gate, but the road in front of the house was busy with traffic all day. Chee Chee's older brother Mo thought they could get past the cars. But as brave as Chee Chee was, and as delicious as the fruits in the garden were, the traffic was too dangerous to get past.
So, Chee Chee, Mo, and John John drew a picture of the problem. They wanted to map it out, you know. The monkeys drew a square for each house. The box in the middle was their garden, and Chee Chee marked it with a large X. He used stones for the dogs and people in the other houses. He moved the stones into one position and then in another, trying to figure it out, you know. There must be a way in, he said at last. Let me go, John pleaded. I can get by. I know it. Anyway, it's my turn. You spent hours in the garden last time. Chee Chee remembered the wonderful time he had spent collecting fruit in the garden. Well, Chee Chee said, every lunchtime, Shura sleeps soundly under the ginger lilies. If she stays fast asleep, and the 3 Rottweilers are also asleep, we can run along the wall of Shura's house and jump into our garden. But if any of them are awake, Chee Chee continued, it's big trouble. You can hide in Shura's garden, but it's a long jump from the trees in her garden to the wall of our garden. I made it last time, but that's because I was terrified, Chee Chee added.
I can do it, John John said. I'm the fastest monkey ever. And to prove it, he sped to the end of the road and back. I don't know, Chee Chee said. It's a long jump. Piece of cake, John John said. I'm the long jump champion in my class. And he showed Chee Chee once more, running and then taking a leap in front of his brother. You won't have a running start up in the tree, said Chee Chee. But John John insisted, and eventually Chee Chee gave in. Okay, we'll wait until Shura is asleep on this side of the house, and I will stand guard here. He drew an X in the ground in front of Shura's house to show where he would hide. If she wakes up, I'll call out to you and you will have to run. We can't see the Rottweilers, so we just have to hope that they are also asleep. I'm ready, said John John. They'll never catch me. So the monkeys kept watch over the house where the dog called Shura lived.
John John's kind of brave. Don't you think, kids? There's dogs and all kinds of stuff in that yard, but they're determined. When the sun was at its highest point, Shura felt too hot to walk around the garden. She went to her favorite place under the shade, the ginger lilies, and fell asleep. The monkeys waited until they thought she was in a deep sleep. Then Chee Chee approached the wall slowly until he was close enough to touch it. Shura did not wake up. Chee Chee signaled to John John, and the little monkey came running. John John climbed up onto the wall and ran along it towards the back of the house. Halfway there, he stopped. The Rottweilers were awake, and they were already snarling at him. "Don't panic," Chee Chee said softly. "Jump into the trees in Shura's garden. She's still asleep." So little John John jumped into the fruit trees and made his way from one to the other until he was in the tree next to the wall that separated Shura's house from their garden. It was a plum tree with thickly intertwined leaves and branches, so he was hidden from the dogs below. He crept to the edge of the furthest branch and stopped.
Chee Chee, John John cried out. "I don't think I can do it." Shura rolled over in her sleep. Chee Chee ran to the other side of the front of the garden. "Shh," he whispered. "You'll wake up Shura." "I can't do it, I can't," wailed John John. Chee Chee encouraged him. "Of course you can. You're the long jump champion, remember? You can do it." I can't, John John said again. Chee Chee knew that John John was terrified. "Okay, don't fuss," he said. "Just turn around and come back before Shura wakes up." But it was too late. While Chee Chee was talking to John John, Shura had woken. She smelled John John and barked. She ran under the plum tree, searching for the monkey. John John's body was well hidden, but his long tail hung down, just within Shura's reach. She leapt and nipped at his tail.
"Ow!" John John cried, and he ran, jumping from tree to tree, and then over the wall to where Chee Chee waited. The two monkeys ran back home. John John's father wrapped leaves around the tail to soothe the cut from Shura's bite. John John sat whimpering. I'm sorry. I was so sure I could do it." "Don't worry, it's very difficult. We'll get there one day," Chee Chee comforted him. "She wouldn't have caught me if my tail had not been hanging down. That's the only reason she saw me," said John John. He looked at his wounded tail sadly. Chee Chee jumped up and shouted, "That's it, John John. You got it. You found the answer." John John looked puzzled, but he was pleased that he had helped his big brother. Chee Chee said to Mo, "I have a plan. Come with me."
The two older monkeys left John John nursing his tail and went back to the drawing that Chee Chee had made in the dirt. Chee Chee quickly explained his plan. Mo thought about it and then agreed. Yes, if we move quickly, it just might work. Mo thought a bit more and then he said, "I'll go this time. I'm bigger than both you and John John, and if I have to jump from the tree to the wall, I just might make it." The monkeys went to a plot of land where a new house was being built and found a piece of rope about 2 feet long in a coil on the ground. The monkeys picked up the rope. "We'll bring it back soon," Chee Chee said to Mo, who did not like taking something that did not belong to them.
Good boy.
They ran back to Shura's house. Mo held the rope tightly in his arms. Shura was still awake and alert. She started barking as soon as she heard the monkeys coming. Moore leapt bravely onto the wall with the rope in his mouth. He leapt from tree to tree until he got to the plum tree.
Shura also went to the plum tree. She ran in circles, jumping and barking, because she could smell the monkey in the tree, but she couldn't see him. Maud tied the rope to a branch and let it hang down until it was just out of Shura's reach. The rope looked and smelled like a monkey's tail. So, can you guess what Shura did? Shura jumped up at the rope, barking angrily and trying to bite it. But try as she might, she couldn't touch it. Shura was so busy trying to bite the rope, she didn't see Moore slink into a nearby tree, down the trunk, across the lawn, and over the wall into the abandoned garden. He ate to his heart's content, and then he gathered fruit to carry home for his family. The end.
Yay!
Oh, I wonder if that's
That
kids.
was an
What do you
adventure.
what's your favorite thing about that story?
I think getting the fruit in the end.
Yeah.
He
After
rewarded
all
the
that
fruit
hard
in the
work,
end.
right?
Yep.
I definitely think the not giving up, right? They tried, one brother tried, and then another brother tried. I like how they kept trying. And
they worked together.
Exactly. They had great teamwork. And while one distracted the dog, the other one was able to get in, and then everybody got fruit, which was the best part.
Yeah,
yes.
Ari said
Teamwork
makes the dream work. For
nice.
Sure.
I hope you kids enjoyed that story. Did you enjoy listening about the monkeys and their adventure? I didn't know this, but the author, there's actually 5 books with Chee Chee's adventures.
That's right.
Yeah, so which is pretty cool.
This is book 2 of 5.
Yeah, this is book 2 of 5. So yeah, Chee Chee is an adventurous monkey.
People can get the entire set.
Yes.
Aside from listening to it here, can read the entire set, because reading's awesome.
Reading's awesome. Thanks for joining us for Read2Me's nightly bedtime series. I really do hope you had fun reading with us, all of us. Where's my last one?
Monkey for everyone. Oh,
yeah, I know.
Great. But before we go, it's really important to listen to us. Are you listening? Do you want to be little superheroes? Here's what you can do to help. Wash your hands and sing happy birthday twice, all the way through, so you know you've washed your hands long enough. Keep your hands out of your mouths and remind mommy, daddy, granny, everyone to wear their masks if they're going out.
Yes, definitely. It may feel weird, but we're doing our best, right? And we can do this because we're in this together. Like I said before, we're all living on the same earth together. So let's do our best to make sure that everybody stays safe. See you kitties tomorrow for a brand new story with 2 new readers. Have a great night.
Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Bye.